30 days till we see the king arise. That's Deontay Wilder. Let's turn to. Hey, y'all. Hey. And welcome to Boxing Fans Talk TV. I'm your host, T to T. You can refer to me as Miss T. As y'all saw in the capture, I said 30 days until the king arise. And I'm talking about Deontay Wilder. Now, I haven't been on here talking much about Deontay Wilder and the debacle he found himself in the last time he fought Tyson Fury because it was done over and over again. A lot of people probably tired of hearing about it, but I'm gonna try to, say it in short terms. And I'm gonna be talking about Deontay Wilder for the next 30 days. So you might as well get used to it. And I'm telling you, that's a fight you want to see. If you ain't listened to me advise you about any other fight, that's the fight you want to see. But before I get into that, thanks. I want to send a special shout out to everybody who watches me on Facebook. You guys, I'm not ignoring your comments. I just don't see it when I'm on here live. Today I got it pulled up so you'll see me glance back a little bit so I can see when somebody say something, I can shout you out. But I will ask that if you can just go to your YouTube channel, which if you have a Gmail, you have a YouTube channel. Just go into your YouTube channel, i.e. studio, and hit like and subscribe because I can't see what you're saying. I want you to engage in the chat. I want you to call in. I want you to be a part of the show. I know that there's going to be some people who have no idea about boxing, but I promise you, if you watch every day for like 30 days, you will know everything you need to know because we'll cover everything because there's so much be happening and so much don't be happening that we got to speak on. We got to say our part. But I see you guys, and if I see you on here saying something, I will shout you out. But I do read your comments. It's just after the live goes off because I can't be at both places. So, long story short, Tyson Fury is, you know, a cheater. He's not an honorable man by no means necessary. He's not. He fought Vitaly Klitschko. He took all the belts because remember, Vitaly Klitschko, if y'all wasn't paying attention to boxing, it's probably because the Klitschkos held the belt over there in Europe forever, for like 10 years. Well, Tyson Fury is from England. He's a gypsy. That's what he said he is. And we all know how gypsies get down. So everything you can think when you think of a gypsy, you might as well go ahead and put that jacket on them because that's what they are. So he fought Vitaly. He got the belts. He never lost a fight. He have referees that have said he is the dirtiest fighter ever. He cannot fight in his home country because he's dirty. They have banned him from boxing permanently from England. So he comes over here and try to fight. Now Deontay Wilder, being the king that he is, was like, I don't care what y'all say about any heavyweight. I'm the king. I'll fight him. So Deontay fought Luis Ortiz, who is avoided big time by Anthony Joshua. Drew Titan in the building was popping king. Uh, Deontay wanted to fight with AJ, but he don't want the fight. So he fought Luis Ortiz, the next best thing, a Cuban fighter, a Cuban heavyweight. Everybody's scared of him, a southpaw at that. And Deontay beat him twice. But he gave an opportunity to this lying, fat, nasty, backstabbing piece of crap called Tyson Fury. He gave him an opportunity, and they fought. And I personally had Deontay winning the first fight. But some people who think they know boxing, we have had debates. I've had debates with people who think they know boxing. And I got to say this because I'm always going to be honest, especially on my channel. Just because you are a male does not mean you know more than every female. I have to say that because sometimes I'm faced with that. I had a guy debate me on whether or not it's illegal or not, or is it a thing or not, where they say the ropes can't hold you up. Now, just because it came out of my mouth and I'm a female with all the equipment, it doesn't mean I don't know what I'm talking about. This guy, you know what his validating thing to say to me was, I know I boxed. So now, you'll hear me say, well, I box too. Now what? What we relying on? Because I got eyes, ears, I can see and hear just like you can. And know the ropes can't hold you up or save you from a knockdown. But this dude argued me. So he went and asked some other males, and they told him, yeah, she right. He came back and told me, at least he came back and told me that, yeah, I was right. But when I be talking about these boxing, I really don't like getting in those type of debates because last time I checked, you just use your eyes and ears to be a fan of boxing. Anyway, so Deontay fought Tyson Fury. He was knocked out cold. I don't even care about no other round before the 12th round. He was knocked out cold. I have never in the history of boxing seen a referee count over an unconscious person. Never saw it. And if you saw it, call in, let me know. The number's down the bottom, 706-804-4449. And for those of you who watching me on Facebook, I just peeked at it. I don't see nobody. But if you want to call in, it's the same number. If you're worried about being on the Tizzoo, you won't be. We'll just hear your voice. But do call in 706-804-4449. But anyway, if you know somebody who was knocked unconscious and the referee counted over them, let me know because maybe I'm missing something. That same referee, I've seen him stop. His name is Jack Reese. I've seen him stop fights for lesser shit than that. So the dude was unconscious and that count was long. So I don't care what nobody said. Deontay beat his ass, but they called it a draw. So then they had a rematch. Now Tyson Fury bitch ass did not want to rematch him then. He went off for 4 other people, which made Deontay fight somebody. Then he came back. He gets with Sugar Hill out the Crunk gym. I wonder why in midstream you switch trainers and stuff. I wonder what Sugar can teach you that your other folks couldn't teach you. But anywho, he goes on to cheat. We catch it because the pictures are real, the videos are real. We catch it in the way that he wore his glove. So I'm just gonna hold my hand up like this. So when you got a glove on, your glove shouldn't be able to bend back like that. It shouldn't be able to bend back like that when you're swinging. So if you swinging and your glove go back like that, that's because your hands ain't in the glove. So he was knuckle fighting Deontay, which boxing is not knuckle fighting. That's illegal. So he's not wearing the glove properly. And he has something in his hand because one part I don't hear a lot of people talk about. Deontay had all kinds of bruises. He beat on him, but he was cheating. His water was spiked. That's according to Deontay Wilder. He would know. That dude ain't scared of nobody, so he ain't making excuses. And also, his head had a dent in it. And doctors have come out and said the human hand cannot put a dent in a cranium, a human cranium. It just can't. So to all you people who don't know much about boxing, that's looking at my show, and I know you out there, that's a physical impossibility. But it happened in that ring. Somebody who never have knockout power in the first place, all of a sudden can hit you so hard that you got a dent in your head. You think of the hardest hitter that you could think of, and I promise you they can't put a dent in your head. But all of that stuff happened. We got the pictures and everything to prove it. But everybody want to be like, they act like they don't see nothing, especially the WBC. I've reported on the WBC this week. Y'all already know how they get down. It's a Mexican belt, whatever. They ain't gonna show no favor to Deontay Wilder. He don't need favor. He just need fairness. But everybody act like they don't care. A lot of people don't want to see Deontay be the starter he is, and it's out of jealousy and envy and racism. All of those threes can be true at the same time. So, long story short, he lost the fight. The fight had to be stopped. But Deontay left strict orders with his camp: don't stop a fight unless I tell you. Like, but he ain't never gonna tell him. So if you work for him and you stop the fight, then you went against his orders. So he fired Mark Breland, and now he got Malik Scott, an old friend, a person he fought before, is in there teaching, going back over the fundamentals with him. Now they had a rematch clause in the contract. When we all know when you sign a contract, you're binded by that contract. The fight was supposed to happen July 24th this year. Tyson Fury claimed he had COVID Thursday, and then was out Sunday hugging folks in the casino, and which we calling the bullshit. We throwing the bullshit flag on that one. Then he claimed that he was gonna fly home. We was like, wait a minute, if you've been positive for COVID, how the fuck you getting on anybody plane and going anywhere? And things got stringent over there in England while he was saying he was doing all this stuff. So then, it's just lie after lie after lie. We don't know if he was on drugs, he trying to cycle off. We don't know what happened, but the year since they had the second fight, they have been to court, and the judge said, you fight him September 15th, talking about Tyson Fury. You fight him by September 15th, or you retire. So now you're going to be banned from America. You ain't going to be able to box here. And you banned from your own country. They don't want to fight Deontay because they know Deontay will wax their ass. And if you cheat on me like that dude did Deontay, I will literally bring him within an inch of his life. And I'm hoping that's what Deontay is going to do to him. So now we here, y'all. We 30 days out. We 30 days out. You're going to hear me say something about the king because I call him the king. You got a problem? Call in and let me know. But that's the king right there. He king. His mama made him a king. I'm going to call him king. Shit. That's the king to me. So I just want to say that. So every day when you hear me talk about Deontay, I just gave y'all the soap opera of what happened between these two fighters. And just so y'all know, y'all can go look up Deontay Wilder's record. He knocks out everybody he fights. It was 40 fights in, knocking everybody out. Except one person, Bermain Stefan. He wasn't no slouch, but he got knocked out the second time they fought. He made it to the 12th round on the first time, and that's when Deontay took his title. So they can't beat Deontay. I don't care who they talk about, who they prop up. I don't care if Golden Boy props up his heavyweight. Eddie Hearn from the Zone props up his heavyweight. Bob Arum got Tyson Fury. I don't care where these heavyweights come from. In my mind, Deontay is the king and he can't be beaten. And I can't wait till October 9th. And you know what? Right on time for my birthday, that same weekend. So, hey, I just hope that the fight go down. Now, because of Tyson Fury's antics, people really don't know if he's going to show up to the fight. Now, a lot of people bought tickets, put money down on hotel rooms for the July 24th, and he canceled it just like that. They lost their money. I guess they can use, whoever bought tickets to the fight can use that money, that ticket for this fight, because they didn't get refunds either. I'm hoping. But a lot of people are scared to like go ahead and invest in that trip or invest in that fight because you don't know what Tyson Fury gonna do. He really do not want to fight Deontay. But we'll see. I don't want to spook him off. So I might say something nice about Deontay Wilder, but I'm gonna keep putting him on your mind every day I get on here because his fight is coming up. 30 days can go by really, really quick. Okay. So remember, if you want to call, if you're watching me through Facebook, that's 706-804-4449. You can call me at any time. Tell me how you feel. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. Get what you feel off your chest. Just call me. I answer. Valdez, or Valpez, as Drew like to call him. They had their weigh in today, and we watching his ass like a hawk for real. I'm watching for any mistakes that he may say or do. I am watching him. If this nigga walk horizontal instead of vertical, I'm on his ass. I'm really watching him because he already talks like a liar. You can already see through some of the shit he say. So I'm gonna be watching. Uh, there was no way, in my opinion, that Valdez could have beat Burchelt. Burchelt was a I don't want to say up and coming, but maybe that's what he was. But he was bound to be a star in their division. I think they're fighting the 130 division. And Burchelt was knocking out everybody he fought. Everybody. And he get to this bitch and he can't knock him out. He gets knocked out. Sometimes a bad loss can haunt you, especially when you can't explain it. Like how Adrian Broner is. We all had a good laugh off of Adrian, but Adrian deserved some backlash or whatever because he's to act a fool. But I think Adrian never got over the Maidana loss. And I really believe Maidana cheated. I don't care what nobody said. And I just so wish that it didn't affect Adrian like that because I believe Adrian is one of the best fighters that ever probably was doing it. He's up there. He had God given talent, but he was in his own way as well. So it ain't all everybody else's fault when it comes to Adrian Broner. However, I don't think that Madonna hurt him. I seen Madonna fight. Who was that guy that won against him? Amir Khan. Madonna is stomachy. And like I said before, when you stomachy, we know what it is. You're eating the Western diet food, and you're blowing up in between bouts, and it's going to affect you. It's going to get you. You know, whether it's like you have stomach cramps or bubble guts or whatever. Why would you want the bubble guts when you're going into the ring? Somebody hit you real good in the stomach, everything coming out. But um, that man, what's his name? Maidana, Marcos Maidana. He's a stomachy type fighter. If you hit him in the stomach, he won't last. Everybody who does it gets him up out of there. Devin Alexander, I think, beat Marcos Maidana, but he beats Adrian Broner. Really? Mm-mm. I still say foul play. I can neither confirm or deny anything that I say or feel, but that's how I feel. I see people in here, but I don't see people in here. Hold on. That's a little bit behind. I'm sorry, but once again, if you on Facebook, join me in YouTube. What's good, L Dub? What's happening, King? If you're on Facebook, join me in YouTube. Jump in the chat. Call 706-804-4449. I see some of y'all coming in there. Um, if y'all want to talk about what we was talking about yesterday, the cheat or not the cheat, you can bring that up too. But I just thought I put it out there that Valdez is doing a weigh-in today. We're gonna be watching him because this fight is tomorrow. Okay. Jamel Herring and Shakur Stevenson got some heated blood between them. Things is heating up. Their co-feature is Nico Ali Wash, and it's live Saturday, October 23rd on ESPN and ESPN Plus and ESPN Deportes. And the show starts at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now Jamel's a former Marine. Ooh ah. Navy and Marine hang. That's my brother. I'm sorry. It's my shipmate. Uh we hang together. But I'm sorry, Jamel, I got to be honest. Honor, courage, and commitment. Our code. I think Shakur got you. I ain't gonna talk bad about you because you're a shipmate. So shout outs to you. But Shakur got you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, he holds the WBO Junior Lightweight World Champion. Both of them are Bob Arum. Well, we call the WBO belt a Bob Arum belt, just like we call the WBC a Mexican belt, and we call the WBA a Venezuelan belt. slash Latino. These belts are contaminated. But I think they both, well, I know that Shakur Stevens worked for Bob Arum. And so this is probably a top ranked event. Shakur he's gonna get you down. That is a fight for all you who don't really watch boxing. Some of my cousins being here, they not into boxing. I be telling y'all, I put an asterisk on some fights that I talk about because I give the schedule, but I put an asterisk on some fights to be like, that's the one you want to watch. Anybody who watching me, people I went to high school with and everything, hey, if you don't watch boxing, and like I say, you look at my show every day, you'll know boxing in about a month. I'll point out the good fights to go for. That one is a good fight, and I think it's free. It's gonna be on it's on ESPN, so it's free. Some fights are free. The Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury is not free, but it's worth every penny. Like that's an outing. That's the Super Bowl right there. That's an outing. That's the NBA Finals. That fight right there. That fight is going to be huge, and I hope Tyson show up. So the undercard will be streaming exclusively on ESPN Plus. So ESPN Plus is like one of those channels you got to pay something per month, kind of like the Zone. A lot of people didn't get it. I didn't get it. So anything on ESPN Plus, I have to watch it if somebody re-uploaded. That's how I catch stuff. I'm not buying ESPN Plus. They're gonna have Troy Isley, who has a record of two wins, zero losses, one KO. He's fighting a sixth rounder. He's at middleweight. And then you got a Georgia native, the Peach State. We got one of our own, uh, Haven Brady Jr. He's 3-0 and 3 KOs. Starting off right, but he could have been. I don't know if they grooming him, but I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna shit on the dude. But I was gonna say something else. He's starting off right, but he's gonna be in a 4 round of featherweight title. Um, this fight is gonna be held in Atlanta, in hot Atlanta. It's gonna be held in hot Atlanta, and it's gonna debut the debut fight in his hometown of Evan Young Holyfield. He's 7-0 and 5 KOs. So we talking about Evander Holyfield's son will be on this card, debuting in Atlanta, in which that's where he's from. So be sure to look at that. Like I said, it's a top ranked card. Tickets go on sale tomorrow, September 10th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, okay, let's move on to the next news. Since Tank has dropped his 130-pound division title, it left it open to fight like CC. Other people could come in and fight for it. Remember, the WBA is getting rid of all those extracurricular belts, those interims and all that. So when you hear me say CC, Willie Beachman, what's popping, King? Young Holy is the future. I haven't seen him fight yet, but I'm anxious to. I might even go to Atlanta to see it. I haven't decided. But I can't do too many traveling. I'm retired. I can't do too much traveling. I ain't rich. But I am anxious to see this young man fight. If he anything like his daddy, we know it's good. You say the future, I believe you, Willie. Um, so when Tank dropped these belts, so now it opened up for other people to come fight in his place. If you're an interim, you're kind of like the number one contender. That's what it's supposed to mean. But remember when I reported about all these extra belts, they're like a money grab. So Chris Colbert is set to take, to fill in the gap, I guess. And the guy who holds the regular belt is a guy named Roger Gutierrez. And, he just had a fight, I want to say on August 14th. I cannot remember the dude's name, but the dude was a twin. And the fight was lackluster for me. The twin guy, I can't remember his name, sorry. But he was beating him. And, I thought I thought that Roger only just did enough. That's what I thought. What's poppin' King PGH Big Dog? You know, Fury with Dr. Trilogy. Ah, we gotta pray on it. Big Dog, we gotta pray on it. We can't, I'm trying, I don't want to say too much and scare him off or anything, but we gotta pray on that. Like that cannot happen. And I remember, somebody else asked this question. I think it was on Fred's show, But they say if that fight don't go down, what is the state of boxing at that point? Like I pondered the thought, like what is the state of boxing if that fight don't go on? But if you're a boxing fanatic like me, you'll find a way to look at some fights. I'm never gonna not like boxing. I think it's primitive in nature. I think we are all primal. So who don't like watching the scrap? People like watching scraps because every time people fight, here comes TMZ, world star or whatever they be saying, so people like to watch fights, you know. Um, Big Dog said Wilder keep releasing those videos and Fury was staying in the UK. He don't have a choice because if he tries to duck out and drop the belt, he even tried to advise AJ to drop the belts and let us just fight for the just be fighting. Ain't nobody listening to that. He wants to fight AJ in one of them Arab countries, and so they can make like $100 million. That's what he wants. But ain't nobody listening to all that. AJ is not gonna drop them belts. AJ really believes because when you look at the totality of time that he's held the belt, he really feel like that's gonna say much. It doesn't say much when you avoid fighters, when you avoid Luis Ortiz, when you avoid Deontay Wilder. You keeping the belt for a long time doesn't say anything. Willie said any Wilder fight is a must watch event. Facts. That's what I'm just trying to tell people because, like, I have some of my cousins that watch this. They're not really into boxing. So sometimes I will put an asterisk beside, because I'm emphasizing and I'm talking with inflections. So when I do that, I'm trying to help you out. I'm just saying, hey, go to that fight right there. Look at that. Because you're not gonna sit down and watch no name fighters or boxing just for the hell of it. People like me do that. I'm a boxing fanatic. But people who are casuals, you only want the hot ticket items. So I'm giving you the hot ticket item. So like Beachman said, any fight that Wilder fight is a hot ticket item for the most part. It's a watch. It's a must see event. But let me get to turning two. So Roger Gutierrez, he like I said, he fought that guy this summer. He did enough to keep his belt. So Tank dropping the belt, we can speculate as to why, but it happened. So Chris Colbert is going to step in and try to fight for that belt or be like his number one contender or mandatory. But remember, keep in mind that the WBA was getting rid of all them belts anyway. Y'all remember CC? If you hear me say CC, I'm talking about Chris Colbert. Now I was following his career with interest until he started cooning. I don't do cooning. You get labeled a coon over here, I might, ain't no telling what I say about you. I don't like cooning because they don't just affect you. I think about the innocent people and the innocent men that get caught up in some bullshit because niggas out here cooning. I don't do cooning. I don't do cooning, and I'm not making no special allowances for no coon. You coon, and if you say, I wonder why she don't talk to me, that's why. I don't do coons. I don't do no coons. And Chris Colbert was a whole coon out here. First of all, he was talking about Deontay. He was out of his lane. You are never gonna face Deontay. You too light in the ass, to face somebody like Deontay. You was talking about the brother, and then you talking about a fight when I know everybody with eyes know there was some foul play in that second fight. But you want to push the narrative out there like it won't no foul play. The only thing that happened was Deontay got his ass whipped. You're cooning. And the people you cooning for, they don't give a fuck. But I have to remind people, even though I would say him and Jermell Charlo was cooning around the same time, they both have fell back and haven't said nothing because it was some heavy backlash. We are not playing with the cooning. And so we gave them a lot of negative backlash and feedback or whatever, and they fell back. So they got the point. But the boy can't fight. I ain't gonna lie. He can't fight. He doesn't have power. If he had power, he would be an excellent fighter. He doesn't have any power. And I'm not saying you gotta have power. I can't say he do everything right, but over time, I'm sure his skills will pick up. But he on the pathway to be a very skillful fighter, and he's not scared. I mean, I was interested because, like I say, he was looking like a young, almost complete fighter. But your mouth can write you up out of anything. You already had it right there. It was already given to you, and you start bumping your gums, and now people that fell back off you. So I'm not gonna say shout out or good luck or nothing. I don't give a fuck what he do, but I hope he just don't coon no more. But I ain't gonna lie, the motherfucker can't fight. I ain't gonna lie, and then that would be a good fight if he fight. If he ain't looking in the mirror all night and shit, don't know why. And the dude actually think he Mexican or something other than black. And so I have a problem with that too. But that's his personal thing. I don't have a problem to the point that I judge him harshly about it. I have a problem like like I don't want to be around people like that when we can clearly see you in it. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about it. Since Tank has given away or let the belts go in that division, my question was, what does it mean? Remember, you guys can call in 706-804-4449. I'm anxious to hear you. My phone lines, let me check. They're good. You can call in and chop it up with your old girl. Tell me how you feel. Say it with your chest. For those of you on Facebook, you can do the same. 706-804-4449. You can do the same. We're not gonna have you up on the screen. It's just a call in. Nobody's gonna see you. We just gonna hear you. So don't be afraid to call in. I told you I won't bite unless you ask me to. I'm just joking. Anywho, why didn't he fight or what does it mean? I will say in Tank's case, it's not ducking. You know why I'm gonna say that? Because people say, "Oh, you dropped the 130. You'll never fight Shakur Stevens. You ain't gonna fight Val Pez. You ain't gonna fight those other like Burchell and all them. You ain't gonna fight them." So you was ducking. I don't think the Tank was ducking. I really do believe Tank has a weight issue, not in the negative way. Meaning, some of us in this world got a weight issue. I don't have a thyroid gland. Mine was pulled 25 years ago. So I will be considered one of those people who will have a weight issue because I can easily gain weight. Then you got some people out there that can eat what they want, do what they want, and they never gain weight. Shout outs to them. But it doesn't mean that they can't be as unhealthy as the person who does gain weight. It doesn't mean that. So Tank is just one of them people. He can gain weight easily. So he has to work that much more harder to keep the weight off and try not to blow up in between bouts because in the long run, that's going to catch you. I mean, 25, 26 now, it don't mean much. But when you get close to 30, you're going to see a difference. Damn sure if you're in your mid 30s, you ain't going to be able to do all that shit no more. So why not change your habits now or, do what's right? And I always say, pick your weight class, people. Pick the right weight class. That way you ain't got to go through all this stuff. Um, so he also has a choice. I reported on this weeks ago. He also have to choose between 135 and the 140 pound division. What belt he gonna keep? Again, keep in mind WBA getting rid of all these belts in the first place. So if you have this belt, what you probably would have guaranteed to you is that you will be somebody's mandatory who do have the regular belt, and you will get an opportunity to fight them. As long as everybody signed the papers. But more than likely, he's going to drop the 140-pound division belt that he won over Marios Barrios recently. He's going to drop that belt because December he's slated to fight at 135 with Rolly Romero. And that right there, you see me putting the emphasis on it? That right there, that right there is the fight to see. You want to see that one coming in December. Rolly Romero talk cash shit. I call him can't get right. I'm telling you, just pull up a tape of him, listen to him, look how old I sound. I said, pull up a tape. Pull up a clip. I don't even know if that's up to date. But YouTube his ass. And you will see Rolly Romero. Um, You hear him talk, just listen to him. So listen to him for a couple of minutes, and you'll be like, "Can't get right. That dude can't get right." You'll say it too. You might say something else. You might even say illy form or say, I don't know, something wrong with him. Ain't something. But then he'll do something that make me think that motherfucker's smart. But that's why I'm just leaving it at can't get right. um, so they said, what does all this mean? Is he ducking the 140 division? You got Regis Prograis, you got Josh Taylor, you got them bringing him up, TMT bringing him up to different weight class to fight certain people, which makes him look stupid. Because if you're gonna fight Mario Barrios, that was your first introduction to the 140 division, the junior welterweight. Fine. Why don't you after that say I'm gonna fight Josh Taylor, the undisputed champ, or Regis Prograis, or Ramirez, Jose Ramirez? But he don't say that. He just wanted Mario. That's cherry picking tank. That's what it looks like. I'm not saying I think you that. I'm not even saying that I think Floyd thinks you that. But I'm telling you what it looked like. You're cherry picking. Then when y'all was hollering about you was gonna fight Keith Thurman, I prayed on that one. Trust me, I prayed on that one. That wasn't good for either one of them, and I like them both. I know a lot of people don't like Keith Thurman. I actually like him, and I can't say he a slouch. Keith lost one time. And if you're going to lose to somebody, who better to lose to than the future Hall of Famer and Manny Pacquiao? That's the only fight that Keith lost. The only person really of note in the welterweight division that he didn't fight was Errol Spence. But he had his reasons. The same reasons why Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, which is my guy, the same reason why they don't fight Jerron Ennis. It's the same reason why Keith didn't fight Errol Spence. So if I'm gonna be mad at Keith, I gotta be mad at Terrence, I gotta be mad at Errol. And I'm not mad at none of them because they had goals and they had plans. If you have goals, then you can make a plan. His plan was to make a beeline for them belts. He wasn't going to accomplish that by looking back at Errol. No matter how much Earl thought he deserved it or wanted it, Earl has got a plan. He wants to be undisputed. He's not going to accomplish that if he have to stop every time and look backwards. He got to go. Okay, let me go handle Jerron. Okay, back on the plan. Ah, shit. Let me go handle Virgil Ortiz. Okay, back on the plan. That shit don't work. They have to make a plan, stick to it. If they wind up like crossing them, inadvertently or on purpose, then they'll take their lumps as they go. But I'm not mad at Keith Thurman for doing the same thing Earl Spence doing and Terrence Crawford doing. I'm not gonna be mad. And I was glad that they didn't fight. Tank didn't fight him because I'm gonna tell you, if Tank fought him, I'd have been like, even if he won, I would have been like, Tank, well, fight Jerron, go fight Virgil. Let's see if you a real 147 since you're coming up here. Let's see. And let's see if you're a real 140 since you're coming up here. We know and understand you to be a 135. But if you're coming up here, fight everybody. And I'm glad that they stopped. I hope they don't never do that. Finish it out, Tank. Become undisputed at 135, then move up. But you ain't gonna be able to move up but so far because of your height. And I don't say that to be funny. He could do it, but it ain't gonna be beneficial for him. I don't see him as a 154 or a 160 or 168, even though he could walk around weighing that. He's only 5'5". I don't see it. Sorry. Those guys are like 6 foot. I'm sorry. I don't see him. So no, I don't think Tank was ducking. Either one. The WBA is making him make a choice. The WBA was gonna strip all them belts anyway. But I don't think he was ducking anybody. I think his best bet is to stay at 135, and that's where he dwells. Hold on, let me see if anybody came into Facebook, and my thing was moved. Now I gotta go back and find it. Hello, if anybody watching me on Facebook, y'all can't see my number. That is 804 4449. That's area code 706 804 4449. Feel free to call in. I think my dad watching. Hey, daddy. Hey, Daddy. That's Big Daddy right there. Uh, and I think my sisters are watching. So thank you, sis. Um, uh, Holyfield and Belfort. Yo, these allergies are killing me. I have eczema. Skin is burning. But Holyfield and Belfort, their fight is coming up September 11th. That's Saturday, y'all. This Saturday. It's a thriller event. They calling it the Legends 2 or something. The Wente in the building. What's popping, King? What's popping? The Wente, you feel like calling? Nobody called. The Wente, you gotta get them started. We talking about everything. You ain't miss much. Just talking about what's his name? Deontay the King. And was talking about the weigh-in is today for Val Pez, the cheater. So we on to Holyfield versus Belfort on September 11th. It's a thriller event, and they're calling it the Legend. It's gonna be at the Hard Rock. It's gonna be Hard Rock Live at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida, and it's live on pay-per-view. He will be facing former UFC heavyweight champion Vitor the Phenom Belfort in the 8th rounder. I didn't know who Vitor is, but I guess he was the shit in UFC. He's down for having the most knockouts ever in history through UFC. So he know how to box. Now I'm gonna leave some air for the. Nah, you don't have to be like that. I don't think they mind, but I feel you though. Anybody out there? I know I be having friends watch, but they don't call. Call in, y'all. I'm asking. I'm about to beg. Please, please. Call in. I want to hear from you. Every time I get off, there's more people in here than I see. So, 804, well, 706 804 4449. Call the sister up. Holler at your girl. Um, but that's who Holyfield is gonna be facing. Now remember he replacing. Oh, look at that. We got a caller.
Call from
Willie Beecham.
What's up, Willie? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I like your voice. So what say you? What say you?
I'm in Phoenix, Arizona.
Are you in Phoenix? Oh, so you're gonna be there when Benavidez in them fight. Or that fight tomorrow is in Phoenix, right?
I'm not sure about that one to be honest.
Yeah, I believe Valpez and them are fighting in I don't know if it's Phoenix, but I know it's in Arizona. Tucson, Arizona. How close are you to Tucson or something?
2 hours away.
Oh, okay. So how you doing, Willie? Willie, welcome to my show. First time caller.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor to be on.
Ah, thank you. So what say you? What you want to what stank you want to put on some of these topics that I've been talking about?
Okay, so for me, the middleweight division, the super welterweight division, and the heavyweight division are the divisions that intrigue me the most.
Mhm.
And Deontay Wilder, I say he's must watch because I don't care who he's fighting. Now, of course, I would love to see him beat up and just destroy Tyson Fury,
Mhm.
but I don't care who he's fighting. It could be anybody. I want to see him tear everybody's head off. Dillian White, Christian Martin, Andy Ruiz, Chris Arreola. Again, I don't care who he fight. That's must watch TV. My family ain't even boxing fans, but when I put the Brazil fight on, everybody
Oh,
was shocked because like it was you don't see stuff like that. It's like wow,
yes.
keep flopping around the ring.
Yes. You seen that one fight he had with the guy looked like he was having a seizure?
Yeah, it's crazy.
He is must watch
That fight, I
TV.
was kind of worried. Like, oh man, I don't know. I didn't even want to celebrate.
Deontay is a compassionate guy. He'll tell you, when he get in that ring, something switch on him. He switch it to another person. But when he's outside the ring, he's just a teddy bear. He's a sweetheart. And that's cool, So um he's a warrior, and that's what it's meant. You gotta have that warrior spirit when you get in that ring. He knows that, as I always say, death is on the menu when you get in the ring. That's why boxing is intriguing and it's nothing to play with. But He's definitely must see TV. What's the other ways you talking about? 154 pound. So you talking about
Yeah,
the
I like
Charlos?
154 and 160.
Oh yeah, that's must see TV too. Cause look, Jamel, even though he cooned this summer, he fell back, so I'm falling back a little bit too. But um, Jermel has three of the belts. What you think about his fight when he fought that guy, Cassiano? Do you think he lost?
Or when he fought Brian Castano,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, he the champ, so I understand giving him a draw. The thing that I don't like is he wasn't adamant about an immediate rematch. If you really feel like you won, especially given how emotional he is, why wasn't you hooping and hollering and screaming about an immediate rematch?
that's true. You talking about Jamel? Yeah, I think Jamel won, or he got away by the skin of his teeth. I really do. That was a hard fight. I don't even know why, because it's not like his opponent had so many tricks in the bag. He just he was awkward. I don't know. I think Jamel was
Uh,
probably preoccupied though.
I got a question for you though. Do you think
Mhm.
Earl Spence is gonna have as bright a future at 54 and even 60 as he did at 47?
He could have been did that. I think he Earl would tell you he walk around up there and weight like 180, between 180 and 200, and Earl will come down all the way to 147. So when you that big, I think you can fight at 154. I think you shouldn't go as low as 147. At a minimum, start at 154. I think the only reason he don't go up because he has unfinished business, as he should feel that way since he been fighting in 147. Go ahead and clean it out and then go to 154. But he's gonna have a problem if Jamel has all the belts. The question is more so: is Jamel gonna move up to 160? Then, if so, him and his brother gonna have the same problem. But this is a business, and every man for himself. To an extent, not being cruel about it, but you can't be
Yeah.
like you stay at 147 and I'll do 154 and I'll do 160. That's not how it should work. So if whoever wants what, Spence, if he wants 154, he gonna be fighting the same people because Danny going up, Danny Garcia. Eventually, Bud is gonna go up. Sean. I don't know if Sean will go up, but he could go up. Definitely Boost Ennis, the one that everybody seem to avoid. He's going up. So those are the people, the same people he facing now is the same people he gonna fight, plus some additional extracurriculars that's already up there. That
And I'm with
answer your
you on this.
question.
I think Terrence Crawford to get him. I think Terrence Crawford to get him,
Yes.
and I want him to get that fight because everybody won't be able to rub resume in his face at the end of his career and say he ain't never fought nobody. So I want him to get that Earl Spence fight because that's the fight that's going to cement his legacy.
I think he a better
Regardless of
fighter.
whether he win or lose, I think he's going to win. But the performance I feel like he's going to put on in that fight is going to let everybody know that they need to respect his skill.
They need to. They be shitting on him. More so people shitting on him because they don't like his decisions and his with Bob Arum. I don't like him either. But I can't tell a man how to run his business. You could be the best fighter in the world, and when you get in that ring, you just house everybody, but then be terrible at business. Those two things can happen at the same time, and that's how I see Terrence Crawford. I mean, what he will never be able to do for me is cry about money and cry about like nobody paying him right. I don't have no ears for that because you doing it to yourself, and he is my favorite fighter over everybody except Deontay. Now that's the king. Terrence might be a prince or maybe a king in another country, but Deontay is the king. Let's not get it
Yeah, I feel you on
twisted.
that.
Yeah, but yeah, I think Terrence will win against Errol. I got him beating Sean Porter. We not hearing about that. Well, that's coming up. So Saturday is the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. So this Tuesday coming up, we all got to make sure we be on Facebook on the WBO's homepage. I think they're gonna do it the same times at 10 o'clock in the morning, where they're gonna do their purse bid live. Because I haven't heard anything about anybody selling it down with an agreement to for this fight to take place. So it's supposed to go to the purse bid. They extended the purse bid date to the 14th of September. but that's Tuesday. So I'm gonna be on the
Yeah,
lookout
I'm
for
feeling
that.
real optimistic in regards to where boxing is going. Like I feel like the future of the prestigious division in boxing, they looking like they have a bright future ahead at welterweight, super welterweight, middleweight, heavyweight, all of the divisions that have been prestigious in boxing. I see a bright future because I see the zone trying to get along and get 54 pounders and put money behind them and top rank and PBC and everybody got their bushel of middleweights and super welterweights, and I ain't nobody trying to see Deontay Wilder. That's a whole different story. But I see everybody else trying to get their guys together, and I don't know, they probably is looking for some heavyweights to go against Deontay Wilder. They just can't find none.
None of them could beat them. The ones that we didn't seen them all out there. We didn't seen the Joy Joyce. We didn't seen the Deontay got an emoji face. We didn't seen the boy. I hope I'm pronouncing these guys' names right. Chisoros, Usyk. We didn't seen all of them. Who can fight him? Who could beat him? I still say
And
he,
he
like I
puts
said,
all these dudes to sleep.
to sleep straight. He put him to shame. You know, he didn't even beat Tyson Fury did not beat him. I can't assess cheating. There's no way for me to assess that. The only thing I can assess about cheating is that you was a good cheater. That's it. I give you an A for that. Especially if you
Yeah,
don't get
and if
caught.
you insist on accepting cheating as a win, then that
Mhm.
goes to show that you're not even really a boxing fan. You just don't like Deontay Wilder because a lot of people is on that bandwagon where
Mhm.
it's just the status quo, it's just the norm to hate Deontay Wilder right now. That's what everybody is on, and it sucks, but it is what it is. That's another reason why I want to see him win so bad. Everybody betting against him. It's only gonna make the money even larger when you bet for him.
So you live close to Vegas, right? Are you going to the fight that weekend or
Oh, to the Wilder fight?
yeah, in
Nah, not this
October?
one. But I know for a fact I'm getting to see a Wilder fight before he retired. Way before he retired, I'm getting to see a few of them.
I look,
But I'm gonna probably be in Texas by that time.
um, I feel like it's my birthday gift because that's my birthday that weekend, and I'm gonna be in Vegas. When I planned that trip, I didn't. That fight wasn't on the card. You know what I'm saying? I was just going there for my birthday, and now look, I may get to run
So you
into
gonna
the
get to see it?
king. I'm gonna make a concerted effort to see it. Damn sure I'm gonna
Oh,
be in
maybe
front of.
I'll be right at the auditorium. Like what?
I went to the Pacquiao Floyd fight. I had tickets to that. When I tell you how many celebrities was there, I got pictures with everybody. I got pictures with Terrence. I got pictures with Tarver. I got pictures with Riddick Bowe. I got pictures with everybody. Devin Alexander. The only picture I didn't take was with Bishop Don Juan, but I did say hello when he walked past. I won't finna get in the picture with him. I'm sorry. The optics of it
I
all.
feel
But
you.
he's cool. He's cool people. I did say hello. And he reached out and was like, hey, he was just touching the crowd or whatever. But that was a wonderful weekend. And it just the luck of the draw. I'm gonna actually be there. So I'm gonna enjoy myself. Even if I can't get no tickets, I'm gonna be in front of somebody TV. If I gotta break in your house and be like, don't worry about it, I'll leave in a couple of hours. I'm gonna
Yeah,
see that
given
for
that
you.
Terrence Crawford is your favorite fighter, I'm sure you want to see him go out with a legacy defining win too.
I do.
Cause he's like 34 or 35. He don't got forever.
The Wente 69 said, "Stop hating on the bishop. I don't hate on him, the Wente. I just, as a respectable young lady, I cannot take a picture with a pimp. I can't. What is that saying? What is that saying? That I secretly wanted to be on the team? No. So I didn't do it. But I respect him. He's a funny guy. I like to watch him. And I say, hey, I saw Nate that worked with Floyd. But yeah, Terrence, I don't think he's ready for retirement. But a lot of these fighters, they try to age them out because Terrence is what 33, Earl is in his 30s, the Charlos is in their 30s. You never know how your body do until you come up on it. You know what I'm saying? You could think, well, I feel good. I'm 32 or whatever, and you never know. It might be 35. Your body's do the chop and screw, huh, Wente? You know, just switch off, and then you're on another level that's lower than what you used to. So I just I don't count him out. I think he has a plan that only he understands. Like I don't like every move he make, But when I'm talking, all I judge him on is what he do in that ring. Now, if what you do outside the ring bleeds into what you can or or what you actually do in the ring, then I gotta talk about it. I don't care how many bitches you fuck. I don't care about none of that shit. As long
I
as it
feel
don't
you.
interfere with you getting in that ring. And so Terrence, he don't disappoint me in that way. I just judge him when he get in the ring.
All right, and I'm gonna leave you with this. As optimistic as I am about the sport of boxing, what's wrong and it's obvious is the cheating and the
Mhm.
ducking. That's the biggest problems with boxing right now. It's a whole lot of cheating going on. Oh, he's on drugs. He's on drugs. It's just the norm that everybody doing drugs. Oh, his gloves is loaded. His gloves is loaded. This stuff shouldn't be happening. And rather than cover it up, everybody should be against it. But you see other folks, shut up, don't say nothing, this and that. The cheating is rampant, and the ducking is rampant too.
Mhm.
Where you find an excuse to not fight them. Oh, you ain't nobody. What kind of excuse is that? You ain't selling no tickets, but the last guy I fought ain't selling no tickets. But that's just my excuse to not fight you. And people still praise Triple G as if he never ducked anybody when he
So
has.
such a
I seen an
dumbass.
interview where he was speaking English and he stopped speaking English when they asked him about Jamal Charlo, called over his translator and had his translator say he's not interested in Jamal Charlo as if he couldn't have said that in English.
I ain't never
He's
believed in
ducking.
him.
It's crazy.
I ain't never believed in him. And when his trainer said black people don't sell, I had a problem with that. But yet, when you think of the biggest selling fights of all time, nigga, 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 I have a problem with that. I just straight up have a problem with that. The when they said, lay your body down. That- What's the rest of the words? The when they, I be tripping on that damn song all the time. That shit was hilarious. But yeah, the ducking, you got all the people ducking Devin Haney. Everybody fighting for the place to be the number one contender, but they don't ever want to fight the actual champion.
Exactly. I'm rooting for everybody that's ducking and everybody that's doing the steroids to get slept. I'm going against everybody that's ducking and everybody that's doing steroids.
Yeah. So before you go, I want to ask you because yesterday we had a nice little talk with Dewente, and Dewente, correct me if I'm wrong. He believes if everybody cheating, we ain't gonna catch everybody, but that's life, right? But he
True.
believes that if you're cheating, why not just let everybody cheat and then that way it'll be equal? How do you feel about that?
I've actually heard a couple of people make that stance and just feel like everybody should be allowed to cheat. But I don't believe that because the only people that are arguing that we should be allowed to cheat are people that don't really feel like they can win without cheating. Otherwise, you wouldn't be arguing to cheat. To be honest, why are you defending cheating
Mm,
if you really feel like you can win without cheating? That don't make no sense.
that's what
So
I'm
all of the
basically
people,
saying.
or if you feel like your fighter can win without cheating, the only people that are defending cheating are people that either have a fighter that they know is cheating that probably wouldn't be winning without cheating, or a fighter themselves that wants to cheat and behind closed doors they inject in themselves. I don't condone cheating. Zapata, old girl just got killed. There's
Mm-hmm.
plenty of people that die every year from boxing. So
Mm-hmm.
if it's helping you, this you supposed to render your opponent unconscious in boxing. So I can't support cheating. I can't support cheating. You supposed to have the heart to climb through those ropes without steroids. If you don't have the heart to climb through those ropes without steroids, then don't climb through the ropes. That's how I feel. I
Facts.
don't condone cheating.
Facts. And that's what I was saying. Because you cannot, there's no assessment. And we are in the judging business when we're watching sports. Um, we have to assess who performed better, who did better, and you can't do it with a cheater. You don't allow
That
cheating
part.
here, you'll stop. Where it's going to stop? When people trying to get in med school, I don't want the doctor that cheated his way through. Where is it going to stop? You can't allow it. You may never beat it, but you can't allow it. You have to have hope that you can. It may not happen in your day, may not happen in your time, but sometimes changes happen for the better. Like we can look at what the WBA is doing. They ain't done enough, but look at what they doing. They scrapping all them worthless ass belts that be confusing the hell out of everybody. It's like Oprah Winfrey said, "You're a champion, and you're a champion, and you're a champion." Like everybody's a champion.
Well,
Everybody had a belt, and we don't know who the fuck this
everybody get a
is.
ribbon.
Everybody get a ribbon. So no, this is not. We gonna give you a trophy for participation. Either you win or you lose. You have to accept it gracefully. Trust me, I had to learn the hard way. I was a sore loser, but now I know you got to win and lose gracefully. It's not the
And
end
I
of the
want to add
world.
this to that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to add this to that. If you open that door, what's
Mm-hmm.
going to happen? To be honest, you have to expect men to be men. So if you open that door and say steroids are okay, do you not expect people to be doing the most worst of the worst of the worst steroids behind closed, not even behind closed doors anymore because they don't have to. People gonna look crazy out here. You're gonna see people on a bunch of different steroids just guinea pigging themselves, seeing what they could do. I don't want to see that.
None of us do. The Wente said athletic and scholarship are not the same. Did I mess up? The Wente, but let me get his other thing. He said, "And I know you down the ride." That's the movie, huh? The Wente. But what did I step in right there? What made you say athletic and scholarship are not the same? Refresh our memory. But yeah, but I'm fully with you. I don't think cheating should be allowed because once you open that door, you open Pandora's box and whatever. The Wente said people take drugs for focus and memory to pass the test. Is taking a 5 hour energy cheating. Is taking caffeine pills cheating. The line between supplements and pills. The Wente, here's the thing. We can be as smart as we want to be. And I'm here to tell y'all this whole chat. That motherfucker right there is a brain walking. Devente is he got the lion's share when God was giving out brains. I'm telling y'all. But Devente, but in your group of people that was born in the 80s, whatever. But I'm gonna tell you, Devente, it don't matter when you open that door. And it does matter about cheating, but it doesn't matter about like if you open that door, you open the door for everything. You it doesn't matter what we think, they said it's illegal. So let's not judge this thing based on our thoughts and our words of what we think. Let's judge it on what it is right now in reality. Today, it's illegal. Pets are illegal. So that's what we got to judge everything by. The day will come when it might be on the fence here and there. But until that day, let's judge everything for what it is now. They decided, scientists, not me. Valpez is not a scientist. Mauricio Suleiman, aka Mr. Canton, he's not a scientist. They are the scientists put that on the list. So we have to go by what they say. And what they
That
said,
part. With that being said, hey, much respect to you.
right.
Gratitude. If you disagree with me, I'm not. I got thick skin. It's okay.
No, no,
I'm not
no.
one of those people that take it personal.
Mm-hmm.
God bless all y'all. And hey, stop the cheating in boxing. Stop the ducking in boxing. And shout out to Boxing Fans Talk TV. I'm gonna be tuning in. I'm gonna stay tuning in,
Thank you
and I want
so
you to keep
much.
prospering.
Thank you so much. I so appreciate it. You're my second time caller. And I look forward to hearing from you again. And I tell everybody, don't be shy, just roll on in. Pete, like I said, I have all these people that I know from back home in my Facebook. Y'all can chime in 706-804-4449. Thank you for taking the chance and jumping on. We treat you good. See, I
Gotcha.
didn't bite you.
Thank you.
See? All right.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye bye. The Wente said, as of right now, it's illegal. It's wrong right now. Correct. Yeah. I mean, the Wente, that's all we're saying. We gotta judge things for how it is right now. We can't say we can't put our stink on it. Even though God gave you the lion's share. I kid y'all not, this motherfucker got the lion's share. With years. He won't in the 70s. He ain't take our share. Because I'm a 70 baby. He's an 80s baby, but yeah, he got the lion's share. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But the Wente, we cannot put our sank on it. We're not scientists. Whether we know it, I know me and the Wente can sit down with scientists and keep up. Be like, don't dummy it down for us. Keep on saying your la di da. We'll keep up, but we didn't go that pathway. We didn't get the credentials. Remember how we always used to talk to Wente about credentials? We didn't get them. So therefore, we're not the subject matter expert. They are, and they said that shit is illegal. So that's what we got to go by. And we say laugh out loud. Anybody else want to call in? Facebook, where you at? Facebook 706-804-4449. Where you at? Before I shut it down. Lord, you gonna make me go look at that movie. The winter. Lay your body down. Look, the winter, you gotta call in just so we can hear you say it. Well, next time you call in, let's lead off with that. Anybody else want to call in? Anybody else? Y'all know I try to keep my shit to an hour. I have a lot of news to cover. It was just extra little things, so I'm gonna try to skip past some things. I might bring it to you tomorrow. Um, but Gary Antonio Russell is going to be on that September 18th card. We know that got postponed because Brandon Figueroa caught COVID. Hope he gets better. That was going to be a good card. I would tell all y'all casuals, make sure you look at that. You got a caller.
Call from
Pat.
Who? Oh, Pat. What's good? What's good? The Wente.
Hey, what's up? Boxing fans, talk TV. What's going on?
What's going on? It's the going zone over here. We getting
Hey, the going on. Nah, I'm calling because you say you wanted me to go and drop the vocals for the chat. We'll drop the vocals for the chat. So listen, y'all. So we got that from we watch this is my sister, so we watch plenty movies together. We got a whole lot of quotables from some black historical films, and we take them and we use them in everyday conversation. So Johnson Family Vacation, right? Cedric the Entertainer, Solange, Bow Wow, Vanessa Williams. A lot of quotables in that movie from Uncle Earl and I Take It How I Can Get It to Hot Butter Yellow. Like we hey, girl, if you don't look like a cup of soup and I got the flute, you know, all that. So, girl, you look like a fresh case of oil. 30 weight. So we got all kind of stuff, but like, you know, the part that got her was at the hot tub scene when Sid is looking at the women's in the hot tub in the Pretty Willie song. People thinking it was Pretty Ricky, but it's a guy named Pretty Willie. And the song is called Lay Your Body Down. But yeah, when they playing that, the quote unquote attractive girls get up and move out the way while he licking his lips and walking to the hot tub. And then there's nothing but a bunch of big mamas, and the music just comes to a screwed halt. So it's like lay your body down. But see, when I typed it in the chat, I was like screwing that part, like lay your body down, like oh, because you say when you get to a certain age, your body can just stop. You say whether you in your mid-30s or whatever. So that's why I was like, you say chop the screws or lay your body down. But yeah, in the movie it say, and I know you're down the road. And he's like, oh no. And but yeah, that's all. That was, my little contribution to the chat room, liven it up a little bit.
Yes, y'all gonna hear me say a lot of times movie quotes. And for some fake Monopoly money, tell me who it is. I give you 100. Willie Beachman said, "Oh, y'all remind me of Johnson Family Vacation." That's what we talk about, Willie. Man, that movie.
Yeah.
Woo, and Roscoe.
Yeah, we Johnson Family Vacation. Welcome home, Roscoe Jenkins. Share that. You gonna share that? Hey, we got them. We got the quotables, man.
Oh shit! People my age, we remember what's love got to do with it. All those quotes from there. Trying to help. I'm trying
But
to.
they ought to already get it, cause even
Yeah.
you coming through with the Harlem Nights references and Mister
Mr. Canton.
Cantone,
Did
like
anybody
it's
catch
plenty
that?
quotables from Harlem Nights. So
Hey, did
yeah,
anybody catch that?
hey,
Mr.
hey, put
Canton.
your mom on the phone.
Yeah.
Hey, Sarah, I ain't never coming home.
Take it easy, all right? Take it easy. Yeah. What you want with a fat, nasty, stank, bloated, nasty 12 sandwich eating? Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah, exactly.
that's what I
Hmm.
do. That's what we gonna do. I hope y'all catch them because I do it all the time. I don't even know I'm doing it half the time. And when I say, after all, tomorrow is another day, a lot of people didn't know what I was talking about. But I was talking about Scarlett O'Hara and Gone with the Wind. See, I watch them all.
Hmm.
I watch everything.
Hmm.
I got you from the color, the digital, the Pixar. I got you from the black and white. I got you. Man, come on. I got
Hey, yeah, this
all of
girl
them.
right here is a boxing head and a movie head too. So yeah, please catch the references. Enjoy yourself when y'all in the chat. You know, it's about fun and having
Yes,
a
yes.
lively debate and really talking about what's important and what the fans want to, what inquiring minds want to know when we talking about this boxing stuff. So yeah, y'all keep tuning in, man. Y'all gonna see me in the chat all the time.
Mhm.
And yeah, we just want y'all to have fun and enjoy yourself. Grow with the channel, and we love y'all.
Thank you, Pat. And shout out to the Wente 69 and Willie Beecham for having the courage to call in. You see, I didn't bite y'all, did I? I didn't bite
Nope.
y'all.
All
All right.
right.
See you later. Anybody else want to call before I shut it down? Oh, okay. I'm not gonna keep y'all, but I did want to say, Teofimo Lopez and Cambosa been bumped up one day earlier to the fourth because they didn't want to compete against the Red Sox and the Yankees. I don't watch baseball, but I know that's an important game, so they didn't want to compete with that. Triller got to get somewhere and stay. They're gonna have to learn if they're gonna get in this business. They got to get somewhere and stay. Maybe it'll be a better idea for Triller to come up with their own sanctioning body belt than to be a promoter. They got the money to do it, and that way that gives people another belt, and we can avoid some other belts. You know what I'm saying? If the WBA and the WBC is not gonna play nice with the black folks, maybe we need to go on and get our own Essence and Jet magazine. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. Anywho, that fight was moved up. I want to make sure y'all knew that. Gary Antonio Russell had a fight on August 14th where he had a clash of heads 16 seconds into the fight. That guy is not able to come back. I guess he had a bad, terrible cut, and they had to reschedule. And I know both of them didn't want to waste their conditioning that they went through. So he was supposed to be on the Steph Coolboy Fulton versus Figueroa fight, but we know that Figueroa came down with COVID. I have not seen anything like an update of what they're gonna do. Are they gonna replace somebody? How they gonna do that? Or maybe they'll get another fight and let their co-main be the headliner. I don't know why, because the co-main is not that big of a name, but you know, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do during these COVID seasons. And I want to make sure I didn't forget nothing. If not, then I'll be talking about it tomorrow. We know Holyfield this weekend. Some of y'all might be interested. I'm interested to see what the old man can do. He looks good. He looks good though. And Oscar is the reason why Holyfield is there because Oscar had COVID. Oscar just got out the hospital. Oh, gotta say this about that fight. So that fight is going down this weekend, and y'all remember the first Triller. So this is Legends 2. The first one must have been Roy Jones and and Tyson, Mike Tyson. So guess who's gonna be commentating on this? And I ain't even mad. Donald Trump. Donald the Dump Trump. Donald Trump, the former U.S. president, he made his residency Florida, so he gonna get to call that fight. It doesn't shock me because Donald Trump was very, very interwoven with boxing back in the day during Holyfield's time and Tyson's time. They both know him. They probably fought at his casinos. Who knows? He had something to do with them. He been around them, but he's gonna be commentating all four fights. Him and his ragged ass son. Donald Jr. Look, Maybe you should have had another name than being Junior, because you'll follow your daddy every goddamn where. But anyway, I do not like Donald Trump as a political figure. No, I don't. He hurts us. Y'all, some of y'all don't realize it, but he does. I'm not gonna get in politics because I know about that shit too. But Donald Trump, this is his lane. I am not mad at it. This is his lane. I have no objection. Donald Trump, I look forward to hearing from you on the fight, because this is where you belong. This is your lane after all. So he's gonna be doing that. You know, they let Snoop do it. Now these fighters are old and retired. They're just doing exhibition fights. So that's one thing. Don't be bringing these motherfuckers to commentate when it's a real fight. We need some legitimacy across this thing. This is a business. Where did I get that one from? $500 Monopoly money. Where did I get that from? The thing that caught my eye was that Jim Lampley has stepped down or is withdrawing from commentating. You know, they said withdrawing nicely. They probably kick his old ass out of there. Ain't nobody listening to Jim Lampley hardly no more. So he's stepping down. Get the fuck. You know how Donald Trump do? He push his way up to move, nigga. You know, that's Donald Trump. So that's probably what he did to Jim Lampley. Go have several seats. De La Hoya just got out the hospital. He still want to fight, but he's claiming even if he don't get to fight in this fight, he's going to fight again. Everything else that I got for y'all today, I'll just give it to you tomorrow. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for blessing my channel. I tried to pull the Facebook fans up in here, but maybe we'll keep asking. Thank you, DeWinte, for calling, laying down the foundation. Thank you for Willie Beeman. Oh, we got a call before we get out of here.
Call from
Cynthia.
Hello. Hello, Cynthia. We got Big Sin in the house. Ma,
Hey,
look, turn me down in the back. This is my mother, y'all.
that was Purple Rain, and I want the real deal.
See, look, she guessed. She said it was Purple Rain. This is a business. That you right, man. I will give you $500 Monopoly money.
No, real thing. Nothing like the real thing, baby.
Wait a minute. What's that? That's a Motown singer, right? I can't think of who. That's a Motown. Is it
Artist, please, artist.
Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell?
Well,
Look at you. Look at you. I said Marvin Gaye.
I don't think so. Well, I could be wrong myself.
Damn,
But
Patrick, can we get a fact check, Patrick?
that was Ashford and Simpson on.
They might have wrote it, but who sung it?
Well, they may have wrote it. They may have wrote it.
I know it was.
I thought they sung it too. Well, hey, you got me on that. Maybe you'll get that 500 back.
Listen, we gonna still play with Monopoly money. Ain't nobody rich over here.
I enjoyed your show. I know you're closing out.
Look, both of my parents is watching me today. Thank you. Hey, Big Daddy. And Big Sin on the phone with me now. All right. So
all right.
Thank y'all for joining the show. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Remember, when you know better, you can do better. Patrick, we was talking about, we said, what what's the fact check? Because she said ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. And I said, and she said, artist, please. And I said, Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. And then she was kind of baffled, like, huh? And she said she thought it was Ashford and Simpson. I said they might have wrote it, but I think Marvin Gaye sung it with Tammy Terrell. And I said, fact check us, Patrick, because I know you fact check pretty quick. I don't know who wrote it. You looking it up? I'm gonna give Patrick a second, because I know he be looking. He quick. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Patrick, we gonna catch you tomorrow. Just text it to me, or I'm gonna look it up afterwards. But I swear it's Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. So she get that five. I should get the $500. You say, yep. Hold on. Okay. He checking. I'm gonna hold tight. Hold this position. Because either she getting $500 Monopoly money, or I'm getting $500 Monopoly money. One of us getting Monopoly money. That's an easy song, right? To look up. Mm-mm-mm. So in the meantime, let me see what we can play. Today was Elton John Day today, so I was listening to a lot of Elton John. But I don't know what I got right now. I'm turning this music way down. Hit that.
Yeah. DJ Flex and the Prophylactic All Stars back at it again. We doing this one live tonight. You won't get in the water? Who know how to do the water dance? Hey, yo, G, first turn on the water. See, that's what I'm talking about. Let it rock. We about to show y'all how to do the water dance. Can I get some kick, please? Kick it. Y'all ain't trying to party. Let me see everybody put your hands in the air. Huh? There we go.
I was just wondering, do y'all hear the music? Just say yeah or nay.
Everybody put your hands in there and do the water dance. Wait a minute. What's up, Dre? Minnesota Avenue to the house, too. The hood, the hood. We gonna let it rock. For the Southwest, Southeast, Northwest, and Northeast soldiers.
Cynthia.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Say what?
Hello? Hey, Liz.
Hey, you. Uh, your music is loud, but we both were right.
Ma, you stop and talk to me after I get up phone. You messing up my music. I can't play this forever. I have to let you go. Lord have mercy. Get that one.
A lot of rock, a lot of
Play that long.
This ain't the water. Let it rock, let it rock, let it rock. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody.
I'm gonna rock out some other time. You see that shit? My mama funny as hell. You say I gotta fix my mixer volume. Yeah, nah, I think that was the quality of that song. Cause usually it's good, but I just for a while there my mixer wasn't even allowing y'all to hear the music that I play. But anywho, when you know better, you do better. Let me see. Let me make sure I got my stuff together. See y'all. Peace.